lot of nuts!
What's going on, hyenas, and welcome back to the SumitoMedia channel, where we start every video by pledging allegiance to our glorious leader, the President of the United States, Donald the Throat Goat, Sloppy Toppy, Vacuum Suction, Unlimited Tonsil Space. Where was I going with this? Dude, I was asleep for like 12 hours. I'm still sick, by the way. I was asleep for like 12 hours. I woke up at like 5 p.m. or something. And I just, I'm scrolling my phone, checking TikTok, checking Reddit or whatever. And like every single, like you have to understand, I feel like I woke up on a different planet. I thought somebody was pranking me, like they just made up a bunch of fake memes and news headlines and just flooded my feed with them. Because I woke up in like a stupor, browsing my phone, and I was like, why are there so many memes about Donald Trump sucking off Bill Clinton? Like, not only is that such a ridiculous sentence, but it's like such a random thing for me to be seeing over and over again. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, so here's everything that you need to know to catch up to this point. If somehow you have not heard of the Epstein files, basically there's this individual over here in the States by the name of Jeffrey Epstein, who was recently found suicided by a bullet to the back of the head. Now, this dude was the head of like the most prolific elite pedophile ring the world has ever seen, involved in basically anybody you can think of who is worth over $10 million had some sort of association with Jeffrey Epstein. From Donald Trump, the current president of the United States, to Bill Clinton, to who else can I think of? Bill Gates, Elon Musk, like anybody and everybody who's worth a ton of money seems to have had some sort of contact with this dude and has been on his flight logs, been to his private island. I'm sure you have heard of some of these in the meme culture so far, right? Information regarding Jeffrey Epstein since his murder-suicide, totally natural cause of death, has been withheld by the FBI, by the presidency, by a bunch of people, such as we have gotten the meme of releasing the Epstein files, which even Donald Trump himself has been in a position of stating to release such up until he found himself in a position of power to which he had the ultimate decision to do so, but has been dragging his feet, and everybody's sort of under the impression it's because he's probably in the Epstein files, right? Recently, I believe this has an association with this. There were one vote off of casting a dominant vote to release information regarding the Epstein files. The last person that they needed to make this vote was a new member of, I don't know, Congress or whomever. They were dragging their feet to have her sworn in, but she recently was. They casted the vote, and now we've got a bunch of new information released regarding Jeffrey Epstein, one particular email of which is being spread around the internet a little bit more than the other 30,000 pages. This is an email copy from 2018 between Mark L. Epstein, which is Jeffrey Epstein's brother, and Jeffrey E., who I'm going to make a small jump here and assume that that's Jeffrey Epstein, right? And what everybody's talking about is this middle bit here, which is this email in which he sends to Jeffrey Epstein saying, ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. Now, this has a little bit of code to it, but if you've been familiar with most anything regarding politicians, you will know that Bubba is a very well-known nickname for Bill Clinton. A lot of people have been pointing to the fact that Bubba is also sort of a nickname that people use for like a large Southern person or a large black person, either redneck or black. You could sort of refer to as Bubba as sort of a nickname. I don't know if that's offensive or not, but that's what I've been reading online, which is also true, but that's also not really the most interesting part of this email, in my opinion. Like, obviously, people are putting together two and two and going, okay, so somebody has photos of Trump, who is obviously Donald Trump, because they refer to him as Donnie T and ya boy Donnie. So we're talking about Donald Trump, right? Blowing Bubba. Donald Trump blew somebody, right? We can extrapolate that much, even if it wasn't Bill Clinton, who we've already established has been pretty numerously named in the flight logs for Jeffrey Epstein. So it's not like it isn't a huge leap to assume that Bill Clinton is also involved here. But what the fuck, bro? Nobody seems to be talking about the fact that it says, ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba, as if that is Vladimir Putin. But of course, Putin could also just be a nickname or a code name for any Russian colleague they've got that they just sort of call Putin as a code name or whatever. I love that Bill Clinton gets the code name of Bubba, which is like the thing Hillary calls him as a pet name. And then this other guy gets the nickname of the fucking president of Russia. But Donald Trump's is just either Donnie or Trump. Like, bro has no swag even amongst his pedophile friends. He doesn't even get a nickname amongst his cool pedophile friends. Like, what the fuck? Obviously, with Bill Clinton having the infamous situation with Monica Lewinsky, where, you know, Bill Clinton was basically getting dome from his secretary while president, and this turning into an entire, you know, controversial situation. Bill Clinton very famously quoted as, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Like, sexual deviancy is Bill Clinton's entire fucking thing in the meme sphere when it comes to his presidency, right? So the fact that Donald Trump ran against Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton's wife, in his first, you know, presidential run, has drawn so many similarities that the jokes fucking write themselves. Obviously, Donald Trump in his campaign at one point stated, if Hillary Clinton can't satisfy her husband, what makes her think that she can satisfy America? This is a thing that he quoted while running for presidency of the United States. And at the time, it was like a dig, a misogynistic, if you can't even be a good wife, what makes you think a woman could run America? But now there's a completely new spin on this, which is that was Donald Trump saying that Hillary Clinton wasn't going to be capable of being a president because she couldn't satisfy her man? Or was Donald Trump saying that he was better suited to be president of the United States because he could better satisfy her man? Hillary Clinton back then also tweeted at one point, I already told my husband on January 20th, 2017, he will sleep with the next president of the United States. Now, was Hillary Clinton being overly confident in her winning, or was she just stating the fact that regardless of whether it's me or Donald Trump that wins, Bill Clinton's getting his dick sucked in the White House? I think this was the first meme I saw on Reddit. Turns out 2016 election may have been the first time both candidates sucked another president's dick, but I'm not 100% sure about Hillary. When I saw this, I was like, this is kind of funny, but like, what does this have to, like, Donald Trump never sucked a president's dick. And then I just kept seeing more and more memes. And I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta make a video about this. Okay, so this diagram, I think, paints of the, because this is a little bit of a confusing picture if you don't know, but I think this breaks it down nicely. So Donald Trump blew Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton blew Bill Clinton, but Donald Trump did not blow Hillary Clinton. He also did not blow Monica Lewinsky, but Monica Lewinsky blew Bill Clinton. Now, if at some point Bill Clinton blew somebody else, they would be at an incredible power level. I don't even know. They'd be able to beat Frieza at this point. Speaking of power levels, what a absolutely ludicrous position Bill and Hillary Clinton find themselves in at this moment, right? Like, at the time, there was I don't know if you guys follow American politics. Like, I don't know where you are in the world or whatever, but when Donald Trump was running against Hillary Clinton, he was stating that he wanted all of these emails released by Hillary Clinton, that she did this, that her husband did that, blah, 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 whatever. And then it's like 5 years later, while Biden is president, that they're talking about Jeffrey Epstein and what have you. Hillary Clinton at this moment is not trying to become president, to my knowledge, right? Bill Clinton has already been president, so he can't go again. What stops Bill or Hillary Clinton right now? What stops Bill Clinton from tweeting out, yeah, Donald Trump did suck my dick. I'm confirming it. And you know what? It was bad. Obviously, with these emails having taken place in 2018 means this was may have occurred before Donald Trump's first run to become president of the United States, right? So any of these photos with Bill Clinton, that people have just anything with Bill Clinton. People are just saying, you know, Donald Trump was under the desk when they took this photo, right? Interesting fact, there are 2 presidents in this photo, and the implication is that fucking Trump is under the desk that he's in. And he might have been. According to the emails, he fucking might have been. I'm not gonna lie, Trump being a throat goat would be the funniest scandal to ever hit American politics for so many reasons that it might actually break the minds of the entire country. I'm gonna be honest, this is the funniest shit that I think could have possibly come out from the Epstein files, of which they still haven't even fully released for the like, there's a lot of reasons to say release the Epstein files. Every single person who was anywhere near that guy should be in jail for the rest of their fucking life, regardless of, to the extent, like, just release the fucking files. Take down everybody who's in them. But also, the meme economy fucking needs it. If there's this level of gold level debauchery on people like Donald Trump in the Epstein files, we need that shit public. Evidently, this is a painting of Bill Clinton that was hanging in Jeffrey Epstein's mansion, which is, I mean, it's kind of just freaky if you think about it. Because red heels with a blue dress? Like, what the fuck was he even thinking? Donald Trump preparing to meet President Clinton in 1994. LGBTQ allies after learning America had 2 gay presidents in the 21st century alone. You would imagine that the LGBTQ are having a field day with this one, but evidently not. Evidently over on Tumblr, quote unquote, is it ethical to out Donald Trump as bisexual? Is the greatest thread in Tumblr history locked after 187,000 reblogs of heated debate. Obviously, there's like, on one hand, the gay community is probably not super supportive of Trump, given that he fucking hates you guys. That being said, you know, in the world of being empowered enough to be able to out yourself as part of the LGBTQ as you deem fit and on your own terms, coming out, as it were, is a big rite of passage for the gay community, something that they would state shouldn't be taken away from anybody. Does that apply to Donald Trump? I am not surprised that there were almost 200,000 posts on Tumblr debating whether or not it was chill for them to out Donald Trump as the throat goat that he is. God damn, this is a day in history. Do you guys understand this one? Do you guys even get this one? No, you fucking don't, because you're not a meme connoisseur like I am. At one point on Twitter, there was like a furry artist who made like a comic artist. I don't know if he was a furry, but he did like anthropomorphic characters. So like a furry comic artist. And he made like a 10-page long comic sharing with his Twitter audience his now open relationship with his wife. I believe the thread was why him and his wife split up or whatever. And he documented them opening their relationship. And one of the panels was this, of him kneeling with a pan of freshly baked cookies as this other dude cucked him on the other side of his bedroom door. What a weird fucking thing to think of and then put together in art form and then share with the Twitter community like you weren't going to be clowned into oblivion, as he rightfully was. But it's Hillary Clinton, with whom we can only assume is Bill and Donald Trump, or maybe Monica Lewinsky, or maybe everybody on the fucking Epstein. Maybe everybody had a turn with Bill Clinton. I don't know. Is he that good? I don't have a lot of comment for this one. This is a very famous photo of Donald Trump and Bill Clinton. But then it's like AI videoed to become this shit. Listen, if you're gonna use AI, use it. First of all, stop being sick. And secondly, if you're gonna use AI, use it to make fun of pedophiles. That one I'll give you a pass on. The illusion of free choice. The 2016 Republican candidate being Donald Trump, or the 2016 Democratic candidate being Hillary Clinton. It's an illusion. It doesn't matter who you vote for. Either way, you're voting for someone who gave head to Bill Clinton. What an incredibly silly day it has been to have eyes here on the internet. These are all the memes that I found that I thought were humorous. If you've got your own, please let me know down in the comments, and remember to subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. The one good thing I can say is that all of this information coming out about I can't fucking focus because I'm looking at this GIF. Sorry. The one good thing to come out of all of this is that all of this information regarding Donald Trump sucking off Bill Clinton has caused such a stir that evidently Donald Trump is too busy to show up to the UFC fight tonight, so I can now ethically watch Islam versus JDM without having to worry about the random candid shots of Trump in the crowd. And that's a win for me. Anyway, I'm going to go watch that now. Spisu.